Hello friends, welcome to NiC IT Academy. In our previous session, we have just seen the introduction about Oracle SQL and just we have created the table. And in our today's session, we are going to learn about all the DDL, DML, DRL and TCL and DCL. Please watch the session without skipping it. I have given the notes in the description. Please download and practice it. If you have any suggestions or any comments, please add the comments in the channel. If you haven't subscribed my channel or if you are first time you are coming to the channel, please subscribe the channel for more updates. Let us continue our session. The SQL has been classified into 5 different languages. One is DDL. If you look at here Oracle, the SQL, so this is what SQL, that's all. All the SQLs are come into this 5 different language only. Okay, you can remember this. If you know this, SQL is very easy. Oracle SQL is very easy. First one is data definition language. It always deals with the structure of the table. We will call it as a DDL. Okay, DDL, structure of the table. So in order to create the table, in order to alter means after creating it, if I want to add a column or drop a column or renaming the column name or something, you can go for alter. Okay, you have to change the data length or data type, then you can go for the alter. You can use modify. Then renaming the table or renaming a column. Truncate. Truncate means you are erasing all the data from the table. The table data will be there, but just you are erasing all the data. See here, I will tell you what is truncate and all. I hope this is you are clear. Creating means you are creating the table. Say for an example, as of now, I have created the table with 6 columns. You assume that 6 columns or 5 columns I just created. After loading data, sometimes later, we want to add one more column. You can add it here on the right hand side. You want to add one more column, you can add it. This is called altering the structure, or you can remove any of the column. This particular column, you can remove it like Excel sheet. Right? This is called altering the structure. That's what we will have. Alter table, alter. Okay, rename. Renaming a column, renaming a table. Okay, truncate. What is a truncate? So I will explain this very clearly so that you can understand, but it's just the one word you can have. I have the table, it has some data. Truncate means the table structure will be maintained. Inside that, all the data will get deleted. Okay, we are just erasing it. Remember, we are erasing it. And drop means we are just dropping this table. Dropping means we are removing this table. Okay, just we are removing this table completely. We are erasing this table. Okay, remember this. So what is truncate and drop? See, truncate means if I have the table, data will get truncated, but the data will get truncated. It will keep the structure of the table. This is called truncate. Drop means that data, structure, and everything will get dropped. That's all. It will erase this table. That's all. Okay. Nothing will be there. Simply it will erase all the data as well as structure. No table will be there. That is what drop. See, it will deals with structure of the table. See, whenever you are executing any data definition language, it will be automatically committed. Committed means it will be saved in the database. Okay, it will be saved in the database. It will auto commit. I will tell you what is this and all. DML operations. DML is nothing but it's a data manipulation language. We have 4 different languages: insert, update, delete, and merge. These are the 4 different languages we have. Insert means inserting the data into the table. Updating the record. Okay, we have already record is present. We are just updating it. So if you look at here, I'm just inserting one more data. That is called inserting it. This phone number I'm updating. This is called updating. Okay, this is called updating. This mobile number I'm changing it like this. Then this is called renaming a column, not updating. Update means data should be updated. Data should be updated. Insert means new record will get inserted. Delete means we are deleting this particular record. Okay, delete means we are deleting the record. Okay, then what is the difference between delete and truncate? See here, truncate means, so even if you have millions of data, it will truncate all the data. It will erase all the data. Okay, we cannot mention, okay, partially you delete this, but delete you can partially mention that. Okay, you are having city. Okay, whoever belongs to city Mumbai, you delete it. We can tell. It will delete only the customer from Mumbai or customer from Pune, customer from Hyderabad. You can define it, but truncate we cannot define it. And also, if you have done some mistake, okay, you can roll back here. The DML operation you can roll back. Unless otherwise you are committing it, you can roll back it. That is what user commit. So we have to commit it unless it will not be stored permanently in the database. That's what user commit, merge and all. Then select operation DRL, you know, right? Selecting the data from the table. It will select only, it will not modify any data. Transaction control. Fourth one is transaction control. It's a TCL. We have 3 different languages called commit, rollback, save point. I will tell you what is this. Committing means permanently we are saving the data in the database. Rollback means we can roll back up to last commit point. Save point means it's a bookmark. We can make some bookmark and we can roll back up to that bookmark or commit up to that bookmark. Grant and revoke, this one DCL, data control language, will be maintained by the DBS. We are not going to have. As a developer, we are not going to have grant and revoke. See, these are all the different languages are available SQL. Okay, first we have seen create table. Just we have created the statement. We just created the table called customer. Just we have created and we have to insert the data into the table. This is what the syntax of the insert statement. We can have this insert statement. You can see here, insert into table name, all the column names, the corresponding value you have to mention here, values. So what is the value here? You can mention the customer ID, customer name, and the mobile number, and we have to mention the date column like this only, date column like this only, to_date of. See, we have to mention single quotes, the date format, and we have to mention the date format, which is the format. It's a DD, Why we are mentioning, right? So we are telling Oracle that, okay, we are mentioning the format like this. It's a it's a 4th August 20K, okay? Chennai, and then this is the email ID. See, all the character columns should be there in single quotes. All the varchar columns should be there in single quotes. So each and every column should be separated by the comma. So you can have this, and then you can insert the data into the table. If you look at here, we are going to insert, just enter that. See, we are getting some error, invalid identifier. If you are getting invalid identifier, that means the column name is wrong. Okay, that's what the invalid identifier. See, here we have mentioned mobile, but here we have mentioned like mobile number. That's the reason. So you can remove this and then try to insert it. So we are getting one row got inserted. Okay, one row got inserted. Then if you go and check this table, you can have this data. The one row got inserted here. So you'll be having this. So I have executed it. It is available. But if you go and check here, select start from the table, it is available. But after that, I'm going to roll back it. Remember, I'm going to apply rollback. If I apply rollback, so that one data, whatever we have seen, it will not be there. But the table structure will be maintained. Why? Create table is the DDL statement. So DDL statement auto committed. That's what the table is available. In the SQL server or Teradata, there is no concept of rollback. See, whenever you are going to insert it, all the data will get inserted automatically. It will be committed. Okay, there is no concept of rollbacking and all. So we have inserted the data. So you can insert like this many data. So if I go here, you can go for one more record. You can go for one more record. So here I haven't mentioned the column name. If you haven't mentioned the column name, you can just mention insert into table name directly values. You can mention the values here. Okay, this is what just you can mention the values. You can just insert it. It will get inserted. One row got inserted. Either you can go this way also. Then you can query this and one data is available. You can query, you can insert this also. Second record, it will get inserted. Okay, I have inserted 2 records. Then I can go and commit it. Just to commit. Commit, you have to execute it. Executed. Then if you are seeing it, 2 data are there. After committing it, if you are executing rollback, it will not be rolled back. It will say rollback complete. It will not be rolled back. Okay. You can see here, this data will be there. That's what you can understand what is rollback and commit. Okay, DDL statements are automatically committed, but DML statement like insert, update, delete, we have to commit it. So this is what we'll go for the commit and roll back. And we can have other columns also. Say for example, I want to insert one more record. I'm trying to insert, but here I may get error, not enough values. Why? Why? Because in the table we have 6 columns, but I'm mentioning only 5 columns. So since I do not have mobile number for this customer, as of now, I do not want to insert it. What I have to do, either the mobile number column, you can mention like this null, okay, null, null. After this one, I can mention like null, or I can go for only that particular column alone. I can mention here. See what is the column? So like this, I have to mention by removing this mobile number column. See, look at here, corresponding customer ID, customer name, date of birth. I have date of birth, city, and then email ID. See all the columns. So what the data will be inserted for this mobile number for this particular customer? It will get inserted with null. Okay, null values. I want to update this value after some time. This is called update. Okay, you can go for update. See, you can go for update here. So I'm mentioning like update. Okay, here after inserting, I'm just committing it, commits. It will get committed. Then I'm going for update. See, update. After committing it, if you look at here, so 3 records will be there. Okay, what is the data for this particular mobile number? It's null. You can go for update statement. I can mention this mobile. I'm going to update it. It's showing like 3 rows updated. 3 rows got updated. Why 3 rows got updated? Since I haven't mentioned the where class, it has updated all the 3 records with this mobile number. Actually, it is wrong, right? Can I roll back to the previous state? Yes, I can roll back. Why? Because its update is the DML statement. You can roll back. It will be rolled back up to last commit point. You can see here, it will be rolled back up to last commit point. So this is what you can see here, mobile number. Now you can update. See, so what update? To identify this record, I will use the customer ID, this ID. So I can use where customer ID equal to this ID, customer underscore ID. Should I make single quotes for this? No need to have. It's a numeric column. No need to mention the single quotes. Select and then one row got updated. If you go and check here, table one row got updated. See, this is what mobile number got updated. After update, what you have to do? You have to commit. You can ask me each and every insert and update I have to commit or roll back. No. Finally, you can do it. No issues. Okay. Finally, wherever you want, it's based on the scenario, you can do it. That is what update. Okay. What is the adding a column? So I want to add a column called country. See, after email ID, I have to make one column called country. See, whenever you are going for in Oracle, if you make 2 hyphen, right, that particular line will be commented out. So add a column. Oracle will not execute this particular line if you are making 2 hyphen. It's a commented out. Alter table name, add column name. This is the alter statement. I have given all the syntax. You can have this. Whenever you are adding a column, a new column will be added at the last only. You can execute table customer has been altered. It will be available here. Okay. Then you can go for select star from the customer table. One more column will be added. See, since you have executed the DDL statement here, right? Up to here, it will be committed. Okay, it will be committed up to here. You haven't committed here, but if you have executed DDL statement up to here, it will commit. Okay, remember this. This is also very important. Then you can see one extra column is there. Can I update all the customers from India? Yes, you can update. Just you can go for update this one. You can go for update customer set country equal to India. Then it will be updated. You can see here, it will get updated here. Okay, India. I'm thinking that I do not want this particular column. So can I drop this column? Yes, I can drop by using this drop a column. See here, alter table name, drop column name. Remember this drop column name. You can drop this. One column will get dropped. Only one column. You can see here. This one column got dropped. Okay. You can ask me, see here I have updated. I have wrongly updated. Can I roll back? Can I do roll back now? Whether it will get rolled back? No. Why? Why? Because we have executed alter statement. since we have altered, it will not be rolled back. It will show like rolled back complete, but it will not be rolled back. Same data will be available. After update, since we have executed the DDL statement, it will not be rolled back. So this is what the adding a column or dropping a column. And then you can insert the number of values and all. So this is what you have to practice it. If you look at this table, customer table, you can see here we have loaded three records and some 6 columns, right? Customer ID, customer name, mobile, date of birth, email ID, and country. If you describe the table, if you describe the table customer, it will show you the columns here: customer ID, customer name, mobile, date of birth, email, country. See all the columns, it will be displayed here, right? Okay. So now we can go for, see now the thing is, see we have seen how to alter, how to add a column, how to drop a column, everything we have seen. Now, if I'm going to insert this particular record in the table, if I'm going to insert this particular record, customer ID, customer name, okay, mobile, date of birth, email ID, country. I'm going to insert it. I'm going to insert, see here we have, so here I have used 8 digit, but here I'm using 9 digit. Okay. Here also I will use plus 91 hyphen, plus 91 hyphen, I will use it. Okay. Plus 91 hyphen, I will use it. If I'm going to insert this particular data, it will not get inserted. You are saying that value larger than specified precision allowed for this column. So this is what you'll be getting the error. So what is this error, right? So this error due to this column and this column. Okay, this column. This is data type itself is changed. Okay, so in order to rectify this one, I will describe the table. I will check it what is the column length and data type. Then I can go for reduce the number of columns. It's a 8 digit, right? 8 digit. I can go for some other digit like this. I can try to insert it. Now also it will not get inserted. Be showing like invalid number. So what is this invalid number, right? Since if you look at here, the mobile column should be a number of 10, but here I'm giving a varchar column. Say plus is nothing but it's a character column, hyphen is nothing but it's a character column. That's why it is not taking. Invalid number means it is expecting a number, but we are giving a character column. That's why we are getting it. The thing is, our customers say already mentioned that we have to go with this type of column instead of only numeric column. And also you have to go with more columns. How can I do it? See, already we have the table like this. Can I change the data type? For example, from customer ID, can I change this into number of 10? I have to change it. Yes, it is possible. You can change it. And also this mobile, can I possible to change from number of 10 to varchar 2 of 15? Varchar 2 of 15? Yes, it is possible, but we have to do some workaround. What is this? See, remember, if the table contains data, you can increase the column length, but you cannot decrease the column length. Remember this. If the table contains data, you can increase the column length. Look at here. I'm going to increase the column length from customer ID number of 8 to number of 10. I'm going to increase it. Whether it will get increased? Yes, it will get increased. It will say like customer table has been altered. If you go and describe the table, you can see here the column has been increased from number of 8 to previously number of 8, right? Now it has been increased to number of 10. But here, even after that, after changing it, can I change to number of 9? It is not possible. If the table contains data, it is not possible. Okay, if the table contains data, it is not possible. Look at here. It is not possible. See, you will be getting error like column to be modified must be empty to decrease the precision or scale. If I want to decrease the precision or scale, the column should be empty. That is what. And also you cannot change the data type. Say for an example, the mobile column, I want to change the data type from number to varchar 2. Is it possible? If you look at here, this one I'm going to take. So mobile, alter table name, modify column the new length or data type. Okay, if you are mentioning like, if I'm going to execute it, it will not be executed. It will not be created. If you look at here, error you are getting it. What is the error? Column to be modified must be empty to change the data type. To change the data type, that particular column should be empty. In real-time project, we do have the data. See, customer ID, we have some customer ID. Okay, 6-digit customer ID. Customer name is some name is there. Okay, mobile number, some mobile number is there. Okay, date of birth. We are having some data birth. I can take some data birth here. If I have the data like this, I want to change the data type of this one from number to varchar. If the table contains data, you cannot change it. You have to delete. It's showing like you have to have empty column. That means it should have a null value. If you are deleting like this, right, in production, how will you make this mobile number for each and every customer? You'll be having millions of record, right? You cannot do it. So that's why we will do one workaround. First of all, we will take the backup of this table. Backup of this table. How to take the backup? You can make customer underscore backup. We will take one backup of this table. Then truncate this table. Second option, you can truncate this table. Since we have taken the backup, we can truncate the table. There is no data. Now you can modify it. It will get modified. After that, from backup to main table, you can load it, validate the data, and then backup table, you can drop it. Clear? See, these things you have to make it. So just you take the backup of table, then truncate the base table. Truncate means erasing all the data from the base table. Modify the data type now. Okay, modify the data type or decrease the length. Restore the data from backup table and drop the backup table after data validation. So this is what we will follow. Okay, one scenario we have taken for truncate, modify and everything. This is a scenario. I will do it now. Okay, how to do a backup of table? Two ways we can do. One is, if you look at here, I will create a backup table, create table name, customer underscore backup as select star from customer table. It will create a backup table. So select star from customer. These are all the scenarios we will use in our Informatica. Okay, these scenarios and all you will use to take the backup of existing table. If you look at select star from, it is selecting the table. So same kind of select, we have to create one table. And just executing it, customer backup table has been created. If you are using where 1 equal to 2, what is the meaning, right? Where 1 equal to 2. See, if you look at here, customer backup, select star from backup, it will create same like the main table. It will create like this, all the data has been loaded. But if you are going for customer 1, backup 1, it has been created. But if you look at this table, it will not load any data. It will create only structure. If you're going like this statement, it will create only structure of the table. So this is the way we will create a backup table. Okay, first we have created a backup table. Since we have validated data, you can truncate the table. The main table you can truncate. Don't truncate the backup table. Truncate the main table. Truncate table name, customer, truncated. Truncate means it will delete all the data from the table. Select star from customer, it will truncate all the data from the table. Okay, you are thinking that I have wrongly truncated. Can I roll back? You cannot roll back. Why? Because it's a DDL statement. If it is DDL statement, you cannot roll back it. If you truncate, that's all. Truncated, that's all. Okay, that's what we have truncated. Now, can I modify? Yes, I can modify it. Look at here. I'm going to modify it. I can modify it. It has been altered now. Okay, altered now. You can decrease the length. Look at here. Previously, we have taken like number of 10. Now I have made it like a number of 9. Then if you are describing it, it will be described like this. Number of 9, like this will be described. You can see mobile will be varchar 2 of 15. After that, we have to restore the data, right? If you look at the customer table, it doesn't have any data. We have to restore the data. How will you restore? Insert into customer bracket, select star from customer underscore BKP table. Okay, we want to select it. See, whatever the select we are using, that should be loaded into this table. Remember, whenever we are using star here, all the column structure should be same with customer and customer backup. It should not have any extra column. 3 rows got inserted. After insert, you have to do commit. So why? Because after insert, we have to do commit. Okay, we have committed. Now, if you go and check here, select star from customer table, the data has been restored, right? We have the data. Now we can load with the +91 and all. If you go here, you can, previously we were getting this error, invalid number, but now if you go and insert it, it will get inserted. One row got inserted, right? Inserted. You can see, go and check here, select star from the table. It will get inserted +91 hyphen. You can go up to 15 digit, and also you can go up to 9 digit here. This is what we have to modify it length. Okay, modify the length. Okay, we have seen these 3 and drop the backup table. If you do not want the backup table, you can drop it. Select star from backup table. You have the backup table called customer underscore PKB. You can see here the backup table is, this is what the backup table. If you do not want this backup table, you can drop it. But before dropping it, say for an example, I want to delete this particular record from this table. Can I use delete statement? Yes, you can use delete. Delete from, just I want to tell you how the delete will work. Delete from table name, delete from customer backup. If you are deleting it, all the record will get deleted. 3 rows will get deleted. Then what is the difference between delete and truncate? Truncate also is truncating all the data. Delete also truncating all the data. But truncate, we cannot roll back. If you look at here, after deleting it, if you look at here, there is no data in the table, but you can roll back. Okay, roll back. Before committing, you can do anything. It will be rolled back. Now the data got restored. Okay. Now I want to delete only particular data. I can go for where customer ID equal to this one, customer ID equal to this one, customer ID equal to this customer ID. Is it possible in truncate? No, it is not possible. That is what, this is the difference between truncate and delete. So delete, you can use where class, and delete, you can go for the rollback. See, after deleting it, if you look at here, the backup table, there won't be the data like this. And then I'm just committing it. After committing it, you cannot roll back it. Okay. Do I need this backup table now? No, I can drop the table. So drop table, table name. It will get dropped. So table got dropped here. That is what drop table we have done. Okay, backup table you have to drop. See, whenever you are using the drop or truncate, be careful, don't drop it like a main table and all. After that, you cannot retrieve. See, even in our real time and all, when we are going for any truncate or drop or delete, so definitely our project team asks us to create one backup table and then do the this drop and truncate and all. We will keep for backup for next 5 to 10 days. After that, we will purge the data. See, this is what we will go for the backup table and everything. So I have given the code and then you can use it. Okay, so now we can go for, so what is this? These are all the things we have seen. Create table we have seen, alter, rename we will see now, truncate, drop, insert, update, delete. We have seen merge, we will see at last, commit and rollback, everything we have seen. Now we will see the rename. So what is rename? We can rename a table or we can rename a column. Say for an example here, I want to rename customer table. I have to rename the mobile to mobile number, DOB to date of birth. So how can I rename? It's very simple. Alter table name. This is all the syntax you have to remember. Okay. Alter table name. Rename. I'm going to rename a column name. Okay. Rename column, your old column name, mobile to mobile underscore number. This is what I have to rename. It will be renamed, right? You can see here, mobile column, it will be renamed. Okay. Now I want to rename date of birth. Same way. Alter table name, rename column, DOB to date of birth. Date of birth. So like this, you have to change it. The column will be renamed. Okay, I have to rename the table. Okay, how to rename? It's very simple. Rename old table name. Old table name is customer to 1. I have to rename something like this. Customer underscore 1. I have to rename. So I can rename table renamed. If you look at here, select star from customer table. You cannot see this table. Table or view does not exist. That is what you will be getting the error. So instead of customer, you can go for customer underscore 1. You can able to see the data. This is what you can rename the table. And I hope you are clear about your create, alter, rename, truncate, drop, and everything. So this is what the scenario here. So you have the table. Just I'm creating this table. Just 2 columns I have created. If you look at this table, there is 2 columns. Select star from customer underscore test. You can see here two columns are there. So okay, now I'm going to insert the data. Okay, insert the data without any save point. I'm trying to insert the record. It will get inserted. All the 4 rows got inserted. You can see here, select star from the table name customer underscore test. If you look at this table, then there are 4 records are there. Can I roll back? Yes, I can roll back. If I'm going to roll back, it will be rolled back up to last commit point. Since we haven't committed, since we have created the create table up to here, it will be committed. So only table structure will be there. Okay. You want to commit these 2 alone, or you want to roll back these 2 alone, then I have to go with save point concept. See what is the save point, right? So here I can go for save point. It is not necessary that each and every record we have to go for save point. It's based on the scenario, how many records you want to go for save point. You can go for the save point, but think, so how to use the save point, look at here. See, whenever we are going to create the table, right? And inserting the data, whenever I'm going to insert the data, I have given the save point. Now I'm checking this, right? I want to roll back only this statement. How can I do? Roll back to C. I can use roll back to C. Up to here, it will be rolled back. Up to here, it will be rolled back. Only one insert statement. You can apply roll back to C. So roll back complete. You will get only 1 record. So this is what you can see this rollback, but there is no commit here. Just you can see rollback up to this save point. This is the save point. Okay, you can do some bookmark. I hope everyone is clear about all the statement. Merge and grant and revoke and all we have seen in the installation itself, grant and revoke, granting the permission. Normally this will be taken care by DBS team. We are not going to do. Merge statement we will see after some time. After this, we will go for select statement. So this is what you'll be having a create, alter, rename. So kindly practice it, this one completely. Then only the next session will be useful for you.